The CIRA, Italian Centre for Aerospatial Research, is a dynamic group in a continuous tense towards the future. From its home location in Capua, it daily faces new challenges in aerospatial research and planning, and it is competitive, reliable and highly qualified. That is why it's proud to present a new plant which is the only one in the world for its peculiarity, performances and potentiality. LISA is a plant dedicated to high-energy impact tests, both on ground and water surfaces, using live-scale aerospatial structures, for example spaceships, plane fuselage and helicopters weighing up to 20 tons. LISA experiments what happens to an aircraft when it crashes or moors, to help to improve new planning systems able to guarantee the maximum surviving rate in case of an accident. The research companies and boards worldwide are constantly working towards the safety of human life. Aeronautical and mechanical industries for years have been focused on transport security. The huge diffusion of air transports requires always higher security standards. Research has mostly been oriented to supply the best active security of flights. That means the constant improving of the reliability of instruments, structural parts and systems, and also the human capacity of the pilots, very accurately trained, to avoid as far as possible any accidents. This policy has made flying much safer than the automobile. Accidents still happen, but with a considerable percentage of survivors. Besides active security, we have recently seen a new kind of security called crashworthiness, passive security. This means to provide people involved in an unavoidable accident with efficient protection parameters. That's why it's necessary that research instruments are always more accurate. A unique and advanced test plant such as LISA is the key of success. Crash tests with huge installations are the only untrustable instrument to validate numerical simulations to deepen the knowledge about crash behaviour of aeroplanes and their components, and above all, they demonstrate the conformity to passive security rules in the certification process. LISA intends to experience those conditions in which an accident happens. Construction plans will focus on the decreasing of impact risks to guarantee more passive security and the largest number of survivors. LISA is located in the heart of CIRA in Capua. It is an impressive and sophisticated laboratory which has needed a long and complex planning. Today, it needs a very clever management and a highly professional staff to exploit its excellence. LISA represents a great innovation in the field of crash tests. With common installation available, until today in the world it was only possible to simulate approximate conditions of fall and crash. All data and results of these experiments are relatively intrustable to be the base of planning. LISA is the first and the biggest crash test plant in the whole world, and it can guarantee that the parameters of test conductions are absolutely certain. Trajectory angle, adjustments, impact speed of the test object. So it is the only laboratory to guarantee the absolute precision and reliability of test results. LISA consists in a big metallic portal held to the ground on hinges, and it's moved by a huge hydraulic system that makes it possible to angle the structure in a range of 5 to 90 degrees relating to flatness. A huge large trellis carriage on 16 plain wheels runs along the portal structure, carrying the test object tied ready to be launched with the right angle at the right speed. This carriage can reach the speed of 20 meters per second in any angle. Nearby the impact surface, the test aircraft is released against it while the big carriage is pulled up. Connected to the Great LISA test structure, there are hangars to recover test objects and aeroplanes, laboratories for the preparation of tests and for crash test dummies. There are also offices, a high-level central control system and another control system shared on the field for test and plant configurations management. But how does a real-time test work? A crash test only lasts a few seconds, but behind it there is a long and laborious preparation. Crash test is a destructive test on one exclusive and expensive aerospatial structure. Errors are not allowed, for example destroying the aircraft without recording its data. In the case we're about to assist, we experiment a fall caused by engine damage of a helicopter with a very steep angle of 70 degrees. To guarantee the absolute success of the test, previous overhaul experiments are made on the test object release system using petrol cans filled with water. The test object is equipped with sensors to record and analyse the structure behaviour in a crash. Sensors are connected to the data acquisition system placed on board of the test object to store all this in its memory. Outside, very high-speed cameras are placed to record the test object motion. There are also cameras installed on board to record crash behaviour of the internal cabin structure. During the experiments, they also use crash test dummies that reproduce human body reactions to haste and impact. Before proceeding with the experiment, the team must be very well trained because test operations cannot start until everything is completely ready.
60 secondi al test.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
LISA is fully operative and ready to give its fundamental support to the studies about passive security. It is going to be the main reference for constructors and boards of research, qualification and certification. It plays an influential role both in the domestic and the international scene thanks to its quality and its reliability, its precision and security. The challenge for the future starts from CIRA, Italian Centre for Aerospatial Research, for the quality of life and the improving of flight security. The LISA team is ready to uphold this challenge with strength and determination, looking ahead into the future. The CIRA group in a continuous tense towards the future. From its home location, and it is competitive, reliable and highly qualified. That is why it's proud to... LISA is a plant of dead spatial structures, for example spaceships, plane fuselage and helicopters. LISA experiments what happened. Aeronautical and mechanical industries for years have been focused on constant improving of the reliability of instruments, structural parts and fibers. Besides security, this means to provide people involved in a unique and advanced test plant such as LISA is the key of success. Components, and above all, they demonstrate the conformity to passive security rules to experience those conditions in which an accident happens, and the largest number of survivors. LISA is located in the heart. It needs a very clever management and a highly professional staff. Installation available. Until today in the world, it was only possible to simulate approximate conditions to be the base of planning. LISA is the adjustments, impact speed of the test object. So portal held to the ground on hinges, and it's moved by a huge hydraulic system. A large trellis carriage on 16 plain wheels runs along the portal structure. The carriage is pulled up. Connected to the Great LISA test structure, there are hangars. But how does a real-time destructive test on one exclusive and expensive aerospatial structure? In the case we're about to assist, we experiment a form to guarantee the absolute success of the test. Previous overhauling filled with water. The test object is equipped with sensors to record and analyze that reproduce human body reactions to haste, and with the experiment, the team must be very well trained because test of
10, 9, 8, 4, 7, 3, 2.
Fundamental support to the studies about passive security. It is going to be the domestic and the international scene thanks to its quality and its reliability, its precision, the quality of life and the improving of flight security. The LISA